We're going to talk about Darkest Dungeon 2 to find out if it's still worth playing in 2024. Stick around as we break it all down for you. So let's start with the basics. In the first game, you had a big roster of characters to choose from for each dungeon. You'd pick your team, go on a mission, and hopefully not get everyone killed. But in Darkest Dungeon 2, it's set up more like a roguelike game. You pick a team of 4 heroes and take them on a long journey through different campaigns. There are 5 campaigns, each with their own environments and bosses. It's a big shift, and at first it might seem weird, but it actually makes a lot of sense once you get used to it. Now, instead of exploring dungeons, you're guiding a stagecoach through these spooky landscapes. Along the way, you'll come to forks in the road where you have to make decisions about which path to take. Each path has different challenges and rewards. For example, one path might have a merchant who can sell you useful items, but the road there is rough and might damage your carriage. Another path might lead to a hospital where you can heal your heroes, but you'll have to fight a tough battle first. Even if your run doesn't go well and you end up failing, it's not a total loss. You earn these things called candles from each run, and you can use them to unlock new characters, upgrade your current ones, or get permanent buffs for future runs. As your characters get stronger, you can also unlock new abilities for them. So, even if you have a bad run, you're still making progress and getting better for the next time. It's often worth pushing a bit harder to get more candles, even if it means you might not finish the run. These upgrades can make a big difference and give you more options when building your team. Your journey is broken up into different regions, and at the end of each region, you'll stop at an inn. Inns are like pit stops where you can rest up, spend your hard-earned currency, and get ready for the next leg of your trip. You can buy trinkets and combat items, upgrade your character's abilities with mastery points, and fix up your carriage. Some items can only be used at the inn and give your characters buffs that last until the next region. If you lose any characters along the way, the inn will replace them with other heroes you've unlocked. This sounds great, but because each hero has a specific role, it's not always easy to just slot in a new one and keep going. You really have to think about your team composition. One of the cool things about this new setup is that you get more attached to your characters. Instead of just being one of many, each hero feels special. To make things even more interesting, there's a relationship system where your heroes can grow closer or start to dislike each other based on what happens during the journey. These relationships can give you buffs or debuffs during combat, so it's important to manage them by keeping stress levels down and using the right items at inns. Another neat feature is the hero shrines you'll come across. At these shrines, you can select one of your heroes and learn more about their backstory. Each hero has 5 chapters in their story, and each chapter unlocks a new combat skill for them. These segments often mix up the standard gameplay with unique scenarios, like turning a battle into a debate or a prison break. It's a clever way to blend storytelling with gameplay. Let's talk about the combat. If you played the first game, the turn-based combat will feel familiar. Your characters line up in a specific order, and each has abilities that work best from certain positions. The new token system adds another layer of strategy. These tokens are buffs or debuffs that have clear effects and durations. For example, an attack might place a vulnerable token on an enemy, making them take extra damage from the next hit. Some skills place combo tokens, which different heroes can use in various ways. The man-at-arms might heal himself when attacking an enemy with a combo token, while another hero might get a damage boost. Finding these synergies is key to winning battles, which remain challenging and require careful planning. Visually, the game has made a big leap. The first game's 2D art was gorgeous, and moving to 3D might have worried some fans, but the new 3D style looks amazing. It still has that dark, comic book feel with heavy lines and a grim atmosphere, but the animations add a lot of life to the characters and monsters. The enemy designs are especially impressive, bringing these Lovecraftian horrors to life in great detail. The environments are also stunning, though having to manually drive the carriage through each region can be a bit tedious. The changes Red Hook Studios made to the game's structure really pay off. The roguelike setup means you're always making progress, even if you lose. In the original game, losing a high-level team felt like a huge setback because of the time it took to level up new characters. In Darkest Dungeon 2, you're constantly improving, which makes losses less frustrating. Once you finish the 5 main campaigns, you can use something called Stygian Flames to make your runs even harder. This adds a lot of replayability, giving you new challenges to tackle even after you've beaten the main content. So, is Darkest Dungeon 2 still worth playing in 2024? It keeps the brutal difficulty that fans love while offering a fresh and engaging new structure. Whether you're a veteran of the series or a newcomer, there's a lot to enjoy here. The game's blend of strategy, storytelling, and stunning visuals makes it a must-play. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more gaming content. Until next time, catch you in the next video.